All right, well, I am getting word that our runner is ready to go, so I hope y'all are super hype. Draconayr is gonna bring you Okami HD new game any percent.
All right, hello. Thank you for the introduction. I am Draconayr, and we're here to play Okami. There's a lot of fun stuff going on in this game. It'll be pretty long, unlike the last two really fast games. So there'll be a lot of idle spots for us to talk. Feel free to jump in sporadic whenever you feel. But we're just gonna get started here. So we're gonna play this game in Japanese for the standard text movement, the faster text in Japanese. And there's one trick in particular that it's very helpful for at the very beginning. But I'm ready to start. We're gonna do a countdown, and the timer starts just on new game. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So there's just a few cutscenes here at the beginning that we're just gonna skip. And then we're just gonna run. So this first bit is pretty standard. Just playing the game normally, skipping all the dialogue. But you'll notice when I'm running, there is for those that have played the game, you're familiar with the dash mechanic. For those that have not, there is 2 stages of dash. There is standard dash, and then the second level, which we call Gold Dash. And that dash is very useful to preserve in the game. So you'll notice me jumping into a lot of these cutscene triggers. That's because jumping preserves my dash. So we're jumping into a lot of these cutscenes so that I keep that and can just jump and continue going on my highest level of dash. Right here, we're gonna get our first brush technique. This'll be most of the game is using the brush stuff. What the game is based around. And we're gonna skip that dialogue right there. Oh, I missed a little bit. That's fine. Just gonna paint that over. And then here we're gonna get, and that's the Astral Pouch. That is basically an extra life when you fill it up. That will be useful later. Unless I play spectacularly, in which case I won't need it. But there's a few tricks later on that are a bit difficult to get down. And could end in my untimely death. But it's fine. This first bit isn't super exciting. It's just going through the first area, getting the 2 brush techniques, and then leaving. Just the tutorial, standard tutorial stuff. The fun stuff comes later. So now we're getting our power slash brush, which we'll use to cut everything in half. Like that. And that'll be a lot of the game, is cutting stuff in half. And then there's 2 fights we're gonna skip there. I just ran past one. Normally you'd fall into a forced fight if you ran straight, but we went around the rock and skipped to that. And then we're gonna do it again here. There's another fight that we're just gonna run past by going through this bush and moving on. There is a button to Bork, so we're gonna be doing that a lot.
Yes!
Yes, we have Bork button, Bork controls. Bork
You
vision,
got my
if you
attention.
will. And it's actually a big deal that we have our own Bork button. Because we do use that for every combat. And I will explain.
Wait, Bork mechanic.
I will explain more when we get there.
I was gonna say we should definitely get some donations for extra Borks, I think.
Bork donations, yeah. I agree. I would pay money to Bork. All right, so that was the tutorial. I guess technically we're still in the tutorial, but now we have to go through the town, the Kamiki village, and look at all of the people that were frozen. Also, everyone, you'll notice that I'm looking up. That's because I have a TV above my monitor. It's a very strange setup. Don't judge me.
Hey, whatever works, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Gotta have my big TV as close to my face as I can. Whoops. Missed. It's fine. So we need to talk to 3 statues. So we're gonna jump down and talk to these 2. I'm jumping, and landing without moving before I talk to them to preserve my dash. Once again, anytime I jump weirdly, it's probably to preserve my dash. And then, now we go to the top, but we're just gonna do some parkour here instead. Oh, I missed my wall jump, that's fine. The wall jumps in this game can be very strange sometimes. There we go. And now we get to do sunrise by drawing a circle, and that is what I will mess up the most in this game. So, now we talk about the Bork mechanic. Once combat is over, you get a you get a little screen that tells you how you did, and you get money based on how you did. That screen goes away faster if you Bork. So at the end of every single combat, I will be Borking.
It's very important.
Venue. Yeah, it's very important to make that go away faster. And now we're gonna steal this lady's turnips. Ah, whoops. I didn't mean to pick that up, but it's fine. And we're also gonna kill her hat. Oh. So that she gets distracted while I steal her turnips.
Rude.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. Or cover her in ink.
And here I thought Amaterasu was a good dog.
No, it's fine. It's we typically you would talk to the boy over there, and he would bet you to do this. So it's a challenge, and we're just overcoming a challenge.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go up here and grab this item. A lot of the late areas of this run will just be me spamming items. So we like to use the items for stuff. And then here's the first skip. Normally you'd have to do a whole thing, but instead we're gonna do a little blockage. And because this is why we're doing Japanese. So the text can go by faster. And then once the text ends, there's 1 frame where you can tackle in the air. And we're gonna do that to do a wall jump over this boulder. Just like that. And boom. And that is skipping a whole sequence where you have to go and get the swordsman, and you get him some drink so that he goes and slices the boulder. But we didn't do that. Yes. So now we just carry on to Hana Valley. A lot of the game... a lot of the early section of the game is just kind of like going fast. We don't get into anything super interesting until a little bit later. There's whole gauntlets. We talk about the gauntlets of tricks because there's a bunch you do in a row typically, and that's where it gets really fun. But for now, if there's any donations or anything, feel free. This is probably a pretty solid time to be doing that since nothing interesting is happening.
There are, in fact, donations. We have a $5 donation here from Ian Keith, who says, if we start a $5 donation train, will it bork the donation track? I couldn't even say it. Will it bork the donation tracker?
We got the bork jokes.
Get borked. And I have a $50 donation here from Bolt, who says, trans rights. I could not possibly agree more.
Good talk.
Bork for trans rates. Let's do some borking in the chat for trans rates.
I'll bork in the game too.
Excellent.
Let's get some borks.
Let's all bork for trans rates.
Borking is quite possibly the best part of this game.
I am really gonna enjoy this chat full of borks.
It's gonna be the whole game, isn't it?
Excellent.
It's gonna be 2.5 hours of borks.
What an absolutely perfect Friday night.
The other thing is, when you bork, it pulls up your menu, like your HUD, so you can see your money and your ink and stuff. So that'll be useful because there's the first section of this run is very critical about keeping track of your money. And we'll talk about that later.
Oh my gosh, a bork emote has showed up in chat.
Nice. And then here we get to the first meme of the run here in a bit. And you'll know it when you see it.
I was gonna maybe say something, but then I was like, wait, don't spoil it.
No. It's well, you'll see it.
Yeah, we'll see it. We'll all see it together.
Yeah. But here we have a little bit of a quick time event that is kind of just going as fast as we can. This is the man that we skipped, helping break the rock. And he is fighting this villainous bear that dares to sleep on his property. And the bear drops a ball. And this is the ball.
That bear has skills, honestly.
It does, yeah.
Like, standing.
And sleeping while balancing on a ball.
And sleeping. Well, but yeah.
That was a pretty solid ball push. Typically my ball push goes much worse. My orb, yes, the orb. The orb goes much worse.
The bork orb. Orb.
The bork orb. You should see the emotes that some of the other runners have. A lot of them are orb related.
Bork
now...
for orb, and then you get borb. I want to see if anybody has any, like, fat bird emotes for the chat, for the borb, please.
Oh my goodness. I love it. But right there we got our, we got Bloom, which now you'll notice unique. Now that we have Bloom, our dash will look different, and now you'll know why we call it Gold Dash, because it's gold. And then here there's a forced fight that we're just gonna jump around and skip. So there's a fight there, but we just ran right past it. Oh, that guy hit me. Dang it. It's fine. And now we're just leaving. Let's see, now our beautiful sprint animation has a lot of golden flowers. So that we may swiftly approach the locations we need to go.
This game is just so beautiful.
It's such a fun and good art style, and it works so well because I originally played this on the Wii, which I don't know if you recall, but had very okay graphic capability.
Yes.
But for this game, it didn't matter because the art style, like, kind of it's stylized enough where the HD-ness is nice, but not, you know, it just holds up really well.
I recall being very excited to do all the ink brushing with the Wiimote, and then being not very excited to do all the ink brushing with the Wiimote.
The amount of circles you have to draw in this game makes the Wiimote very painful to use.
Indeed. Also, I am thrilled that the Chocobo has showed up in the chat.
The Chocobo, oh no.
For a Borb.
That's amazing. So we have cleared the curse from this area, and now we are going to go into this house to talk to this man, because he gives us a wanted list And when we leave the house, we get attacked by the monster, and the monsters only appear at night. So it makes it nighttime, and we need it to be nighttime. Oh, I messed up my power slash, it's fine. Oh, that health screwed up my my dash. It was flag. There we go. I have like it can be that enemy with the name is random when you fight him, and I have basically came up with mnemonic devices for each of the symbols because I don't know Japanese, to just memorize the first symbol so that I can cross it off the list.
Oh my gosh, I was looking away at donations. Now I want to see.
I already got past it. Now we fight a flying fish, and the strategy is the same. A lot of combat will just be power slashing, and another technique that we will get here in a second. Oh, I forgot to bork! Bork! Sometimes I forget to bork, it's fine.
That happens to the best of us.
Yeah, actually, it means the run's just dead. I'll just shut everything off.
Just restart.
Yeah, just restart.
We got time.
Bork percent. And now we get the main form of attack for the first half. This is the cherry bomb, and this is where I will mess up the most because you have to draw circles for it every time.
There's some good porking going on in the chat. How do you feel about some donations right now?
Now's a good time to do that.
All right, excellent. Well, I have an anonymous $5 donation. It says, "May the fresh scent of flowers protect you always." So sweet. Thank you so much, anonymous. And I have a $256 donation here from Jason LaRose. It says, "Bork, bork, Tuesday's my birthday, so I want dog puns. I'll start things out. What's Amaterasu's favorite puzzle?" A woo, Bix Cube. Trans rights are human rights. Bark, bark. Oh, incentive goes to my choice. Incentive goes to Sporadic's choice. All right. Well, the next unfulfilled incentive is the Jazz Punk flavor. Oh, sorry. The Flavor Nexus bonus run for Jazz Punk. So that's what I want to put it towards. We're sitting at $50 out of the $200 that we need to unlock that incentive. So that'll unlock it. Hype.
All right, so now what we're doing, I messed it up a little bit there, but it's fine, because now I can talk about it. This is skipping one of the brush techniques. Normally, you'd have to go back to Kamiki Village and get a little technique where you can draw lily pads on the ground. But instead, we just swim, and there's a little corner that you can shove yourself into, and it will jump. It'll force Amaterasu to jump, and you can just abuse that to wall jump to the end, and now we are in the Agata Forest. And this is where the fun stuff happens. So first, we're just gonna sit next to this wall, and we're gonna abuse the geometry of this wall to bloom that tree. And then this will teleport us to the tree. And now we're gonna do a fun little thing called Brush Adventure. So we're gonna stand next to this wall, and we're gonna brush down, and we're just gonna go out of bounds with it. This will be there's a few tricks that use this, and right now we are skipping the forced fight that happens when you leave that cave. And we're just gonna come up here instead. I gotta go. So what I'm trying to do here is force the camera to go to that room, and it's not cooperating. Let me just a little higher here. Oh, come on. You can do it. I believe in you. What?
Come on, let's get some Borks in the chat to build some hype for
Yeah,
this.
let's get some Borks.
We need Bork power.
I need the Borks to help me with this.
We need a Bork for trans rights and for this trick.
I don't typically have this much trouble. There we go. We'll just try that again. It's fine. Typically, when the brush adventure goes wrong, it's better to just jump out of it and go back in.
You're absolutely being powered by Borks right now. Chat is.
Let's go.
Chat's
We'll
looking it
yeah,
up.
we'll do a little little Borky reset, and that should assist here.
This is a game in which it's okay to Bork.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. So if you look at it at the right angle, it forces us into that room with the camera, and then we can fill that to teleport us here. And now we want to get this treasure. Like I said, money is a big deal. So we have very specific treasures we want to grab. And now we get to a very, very interesting trick. This one's pretty difficult. This is called Half Blue, named, I believe, after the person that discovered it. And I have one shot at this. If I miss it, we'll have to do a backup. But we're going to take this cabbage. We're going to walk this cabbage. Ball physics, they are very difficult. And there's a bear up here, the same bear from earlier. And we're going to do some abuse here with the brush adventure again. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this cabbage right by this torch. Oh, be very careful about how we want this cabbage to go. Oh, I messed up. That's fine. Unfortunate. I should not have jumped over it, but it's fine. So typically what we were going to do is that torch, when you cut it, it will respawn, and we abuse a brush adventure here. I'm doing this anyway because I have to skip the forced fight still. So it's better to do this anyway. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We bring ourselves way over here, and there's another wall that we can force ourselves through. And the goal was to activate that cutscene and this one at the same time. And that would have prevented us from having to do something later. But we're going to have to do it anyway. So now we'll do the backup where we would have left the area immediately had that occurred, but I messed it up. And now we're just going to do this area now. And we're going to cheat. Typically, you have to fish for the dog, and then it gives you a key. But instead, I'm going to build a tree here, and we're just going to jump through the door. And just clip through the door. And now we're doing the ruins. Nice. I was able to right there. I did a wall jump to get around the trigger for a cutscene. And then we're gonna grab that treasure. That will be the last treasure we go out of our way to grab. And then this temple dungeon, what do you call it? Very Zelda-esque situation. Is just very kind of normal. Just going through it fast. So if there's any input you have, Sporadic, go ahead, feel free. comment, ask questions?
Well, I have donations. I have one now. It says it's from Anon, but I do think this one is from Wolf Shadow because it says, "Hello, all Wolfie here. Here's $10 for the 2 deaths I had in Beyond the Forbidden Forest. Heck you, Hydra and Demon Gorgon, ruining my perfect run. Anyway, trans rights hype. Let's all vibe to White Wolf Goddess game, less than 3.
Nice. Alright, so now we're going to do a fun thing. As you can see, there's a cutscene showing us the orb, and clearly telling us that we should be pushing the orb. But instead, we're just gonna make our own. And put a cherry bomb on that switch. And then here we'll have a fight, and we're just gonna use one of many damage increasing items, and that will increase the damage of our cherry bomb. And we're gonna blow these guys up at the same time. And we want to bloom them at the same time, and then blow them up again. That was a very good fight. And now typically you'd have to, for some reason, you have to use sunrise to bloom mushrooms. Even though I feel like that's not necessarily a mushroom thing, but we're gonna abuse wall jumps to just dash above it and ignore the mushrooms entirely. And now we have a cutscene coming up here. This is one of the few cutscenes that will kill your dash, no matter what, so I will not be jumping here. And initiate a spooky escape sequence, which is not really that spooky because it's not difficult to get away from. You just run away, gold dash. Alright, and then now we're gonna bully Blockhead, who says he's impenetrable. Clearly that's not true. We just, we brutally murdered that man.
Are you okay?
And he drops the demon key, and we're gonna just wall jump our way back up here to the top and throw it into this demon door. It's an exorcism key.
That wall. After 1,000 years, I gained sentience. And was reborn as a yokai. You're like, yeah, get wrecked. Get borked.
Celestial brush. I bork at you. Not a ton interesting happening in the dungeon.
Did you say it's a good time for donation?
Yeah, we're just about to do some fights here, so it's a solid time for donation.
All right, well, Char Bunny sent in $100. It says, donating to say hi to SporadicErratic and to wish the runner luck. Smiley face. Hi, Char Bunny.
Thank you for the good luck.
Thank you for your generosity.
All right. That fight is typically the weirdest to get through because the imps with the guitars like to not hang around and get blown up by the bombs. But now that we have the bomb, we have a good way to deal with the yellow imp, and that's by covering him in ink and then blowing him up. And a lot of the fights are actually super easy to deal with now because of the cherry bomb. That's why we use it for most combats, except for this one, because this one has fish.
Fish.
very long power slash. Perfect. Nailed it. That was a pretty not great RNG on the fish. Alright, and we got more mushrooms that we're gonna have to bloom by shining sunlight down on them.
I'd like to think that maybe you're roasting them.
Perhaps, who knows? It's a video game. It's a magic world. It doesn't matter. It's god magic. But this is a very unskippable cutscene, and so we just hang out for a second. And now we're going to, instead of climbing the mushrooms, we're gonna sit here and use a wall bounce to just break them all. Oh, I must have missed one. There we go. And that will again teleport us up top. That happens a lot in this game. Causing triggers from far away and then teleporting to where they're supposed to happen. We use it a few times. And now we get to do a nice fun clip before fighting the boss. Which, if I had gotten the clip earlier, we would have come back with a different ability and not had to fight the boss, which is cool. But it'll be interesting that I get to do this clip now. As long as I don't mess it up.
I'm rooting for you. I'm borking for you.
Bork, everyone bork.
Everyone bork. Bork power.
Bork power. Form of bork. But first we gotta fill out these little cursed areas to get this ability. This is our next brush technique. This is Vine. And we will be abusing this several times as well. To clip through the walls, as you're about to see right this second. This is a nice little thing called Cookie Clip, and we're going to cheat the system. So we're going to do another brush adventure. Perhaps, one day. Oh, we got it. All right. And then the vine up here that it showed us for a second, we're going to clip through here. And it's going to force us into this wall. And we're going to cut the vine prematurely. And we're going to do a little... Oh, so close. We're going to do a little wall jump. And it's going to take us out of the map. But I barely clipped... the top there. But I do need to wait a second for my ink to come back. Alright, we'll try this one more time. Just barely again. We'll try it one more time and then we'll just go normally because after the third fail, it's not saving any time. So
The music is absolutely beautiful while you're doing these tries.
it is. It is. The music in this game is some of my favorite video game music. And the worst part about speedrunning this game is that you don't get to hear any of the music for super long.
Actually got the physical soundtrack for this back in the day, like the import one.
All right, we're gonna unfortunate, but we'll stop it there just to not waste any time. And then we're gonna do a little cheaty to get up to this one. Oh, actually, what we're gonna do is I need ink. Typically, I would do that before the clip. And we're actually gonna take that plant and grab us from here. And then we're gonna do the same thing for this guy. And that skips a cutscene. From stopping us on that second plant by vining early to get to the next one. And now we just gotta do a standard vine to lift this lid. Oh, where's that last one? There
I can't get over all these freeze frames of this flying dog. It's like spider dog.
Yeah.
Spider dog.
Yeah, the vine gets abused for clips pretty often. Was really hoping I would have done better at cookie clip, but it's fine. Because it's not too much of a time save. It's not... the clip brings us out of the wall and actually drops us into that room, is what happens there. But now we're about to fight the boss, which is the Spider Queen. And there's no super interesting stuff going on for this boss. We're just gonna spam power slash on it until it dies. But we are gonna jump over the gate here to avoid dialogue. And have the boss fight. And this artists look away because you're about to see your worst nightmare. Drawing straight lines. Because I know that's my worst nightmare.
Too real.
Oh, tell me about it.
I'm under attack.
And boss is dead.
Nicely done.
Yep. And then we are going to not save. And then move on with our lives. So, now we get to go back to now we get to leave, and there is a little mini game that we're gonna have to play, and this mini game is what I would have skipped with the other trick. Basically, the other trick having the two cutscenes happen at the same time, the half blue skip, makes it so you can swim through this water normally, and you can just skip doing the minigame I'm about to do. And the reason I like doing that is because randomly, with zero reason, the end of this minigame will just sometimes crash the game. And I have prepared a save in case that does happen. Because that would be very un-Bork. I was going to say uncool, but the Bork meme just...
How un-Bork of you.
Yeah, how un-Bork of the game. So let's see if we can get crash percent in here. Because as far as any of us know, nothing specifically causes it. It just kind of happens sometimes. So hopefully it doesn't. Alright, we're good.
Bork percent.
Bork percent. Alright, and now we get to go to the next area. And this first spot will be a fight and some running around. Oh, we have to do some shopping. Let's do some shopping first. The good news is I can't read Japanese, but they still have the pictures for all the items, so that's the important part.
I can read the buy button.
Yes. All I need is the picture, because I know what I'm buying, so... That's all that's necessary. But now we're about to fight Waka. This is the second Waka fight. The first one we skipped. That was what the earlier brush adventure was. And in this fight, we're just going to spam cherry bombs with the Steel Fist Sake. Oh. That was the worst circle I've ever drawn in my life. I don't know how it worked. Oh. And that's the fight.
Gotta go fast.
Yep.
Gotta go Bork.
A lot of the fights will just be blowing everyone up. So. And then now we have plenty of money, so money will not be an issue. And now we just run to the tree to bloom it. So if there's any donations or anything, now's a good time.
Well, now would be a good time to remind y'all that we do have all sorts of incentives that y'all can put your donations towards when you're getting those donos in for Trans Lifeline. Do remember that they don't automatically go towards our incentives, that you do have to click on those. I, of course, would love to see for our Final Fantasy 6 run, Worlds Collide, to watch the opera scene. I have feelings about that. So we're sitting at $61 out of $250 to unlock that. So please donate towards that. And then, of course, we do have a bonus game that we are looking to unlock. The Klonoa Fantasy Reverie Series bonus game. That will be our bonus game, too. We have $179 out of the $1,000 we're looking to unlock that. So y'all have some time. But yeah, please donate towards those incentives. And then we have all kinds of other bid wars open, including a cart color bid war for Jazzpunk. You can choose between blue, red, and pink. Blue is in the lead at only $5, red in second place at $1, and pink bringing up the rear at $0. I don't know if we can really allow that. So you don't need to donate too much to snipe that one out. Only $6 will put pink in the lead. Let's go.
All right. So now, we have some moles here that stole a teacup. So we went and bullied them to get the teacup back, because we will need this item that we're about to get from trading it for later. It's very, very important. So this is necessary. And now we're about to get... this is where the run starts to get into the fun stuff. So first, we need to go up that hill, and we're going to do our first cursed gate to unlock a fast travel point. So that we can get back here later. And then we get to do a big skip. Our first... I guess the boulder one's pretty solid. One of many skips that are about to happen very rapidly. But first, we're just going to do a normal fight here with this Bud Ogre. Blow him up and then slice him a few times.
Okay, I was once again looking at incentives and donations, and I heard Butt Ogre, but it's Bud Ogre.
Oh, Butt Ogre? No, it's a Butt Ogre. But I can see how that mistake would happen with my my slurred fast speech.
I was like, gotta go fast in every way possible.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I need to get back into the game right now. I haven't seen the Butt Ogre yet. I mean, this game does have a very notorious butt scene.
Yes, the butt scene. Unfortunately, we will be skipping the butt scene.
Cutscene, butt scene. Oh, incentive for a future time, perhaps.
Incentive, the butt scene.
The butt scene.
There's quite a few scenes like that, to be completely honest. But here we have a big skip. This is our first one frame skip. So we're going to do a little jump here. The gate in this area is closed until we do a different thing. But we're going to abuse the geometry really bad. So when Ami is running off of a ledge, there is one frame where you'll get a super big jump. A fast jump. We'll be abusing that twice. And what we're trying to do here is to latch on to that hill in the back. And then we're just going to clip through the wall to get into this building. And it'll take a few tries here, but hopefully not too long. It's pretty difficult to get that latch. As long as I preserve my dash, it's not a super big deal, though. This is a new trick I learned for this run. Oh, missed my wall jump, it's fine. Oh, there's the wall jump messing with me again. A lot of the time, the wall jump in this game is very picky, and it fights me a lot. And you'll see that very often in the next big trick we do after this one. And the reason I'm brushing is because I want to stop moving the second I land. So I'm brushing to hopefully see when I latch on to that wall. Oh, missed my jump. And then that's the spot I want to be in for the next part. Ah, dang it. I was very close. I got caught
close.
at the top there. But we landed on top, and there's a clip in the wall right there at the top, and I just happened to catch onto it. If I was fast enough, I would have been able to actually jump again, because I was on the ground. But I did not manage to catch it.
Come on, chat. We need the power of Bork.
Yeah, power of Bork. Hopefully
Some Borks in the chat.
I messed up my brush. I'm using when I was practicing yesterday, I actually had my other controller, and it started to fail on me, so I'm using my backup for this. I missed it again. It's a very tight jump, that second one. There we go. And
Very
now
nice.
we're just clipping through the wall. We're gonna do this once or twice, where they layer the world on top of itself. So falling through the world, and then we just fall into the next area. There we go.
I feel like Amaterasu was channeling their inner cat there. It was ready to land on all fours.
Yeah. And that is called salsa. That's the salsa skip. And that's one of three times that we're just going to clip through the world. And now we have this fun little digging minigame where we will not dig and instead blow up the entirety of the area. I'll turn him around, and then if you circle the guy, he goes faster. And now we just wait. And he will always go to the same spot. So that's scripted. And that's the digging minigame.
Chat. Amaterasu doesn't care about Mr. Driller minigames. Reference to Mr. Driller, be still my heart.
Oh my goodness. But now we get our next brush technique, which is the water spout. I don't think that's super used for many tricks, but oh. Now we can go unfortunate for all you dog lovers, but even though we are playing a wolf, we are about to go beat up another dog.
No, it's Bork on Bork.
Yeah, Bork on Bork action. It's about to go down. There can only be one Bork in this timeline, and it's gonna be me. It's gotta be me. So we got this guy crying because he lost his dog.
Aww.
But we have
And we're
this
gonna
tracker,
beat it up.
and we're gonna go beat it up. And we have this this tracker, which we're not supposed to have yet, but we did a skip, so the game thinks we have it. And we're gonna do this really difficult puzzle and find the dog. And he's gonna challenge us to a fight. And these dog fights can go various ways. Hopefully they go better than normal. But standard steel fist, and he's gonna try and jump behind us, so we're gonna just put a bomb right there.
Support fight.
Yep, he got away from that last one, but jumped right back into it. So that's the dog fight. All of the dog fights will look like that. There are a few. But we got ultimate Bork action. And then he gives us his orb. But you don't see it. But we need that orb. And now we get to leave. And we're going to go up and deal with all of the other dogs who we're not going to beat up. Except for one. There's only three more dogs we're gonna beat up, but the others you just give them food and it's fine.
Amaterasu is a literal god. Can't choose between beating up other dogs or giving them food.
Well, the other ones are hungry, and then all the dogs that you beat up, they challenge you first. So really, it's self-defense.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Amaterasu redeemed in my eyes once again.
Yeah. It's self-defense.
Self-dog fence.
Self-dog fence. But now we're just running to the village up here, and we're gonna do some dog collecting. The joke for a while was your Frieden Frankers, the Twitch emote dog. That's the split that I have on my my normal splits, which is silly. But in this area, there's a weird wind, and we can't use our brush ability, and we're slowly draining. It's like a cursed wind. So we have to go beat up some demons that are possessing a woman.
I feel like you were channeling Jack Black at that moment. We have to go beat up some demons.
We have to go beat up some demons. I don't think I've ever been compared to Jack Black before, and I feel very validated by that.
Excellent.
I feel very validated. Jack Black
we have to go beat up some demons.
So in this fight, we got a blue demon who is significantly stronger than the other ones, but we can still abuse items and beat him up, and just move on with our lives by borking. And
instead of using the power of rock, we're going to use the power of Bork.
Correct. Bork is
similar.
A stronger force, in fact. My favorite part about the Japanese text is when there's several times where a character will be surprised and the dialogue will just be period, exclamation point, question mark, and they're weirdly spaced apart. And it's very fun. So here's our first dog. We're just gonna give him some food.
The dog was so cute.
They're all pretty adorable, I'm not gonna lie.
You can get your donos in now, your tenacious Bork.
Yeah, tenacious Bork.
Donos.
Can we get some Borks for all the Borks happening, all the Borkers? We're about to feed several Borkers. This one's sleeping in another tree, another bamboo tree. Also an adorable Borker. And then we're gonna do a little fast trick here that I might mess up, but it's fine. We're all only human asterisk. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna do a little mini brush adventure, not as abusive as the standard, but there's a little spot up here. You can see it right there, a little grass area that we want to clear and teleport us up there. That's the first time I've gotten that on the first try.
Well done.
Yeah, we did it. And then
you have to feed a cute dog too.
Yep, another cute dog. I mean, all dogs.
Oh my gosh, it looks so happy. So cute.
They really are. I love when you feed them and they're like, "Yo, thanks."
Telebork.
Yeah, we are about to have a fun, cheeky little teleport here, but first we have another dog that is he's a bit angy. He's a little angy boy. How dare the day-night cycle interrupt me?
Frankie Pup.
Yep. All right, and he's gonna challenge us to a fight. And now we're gonna beat up this boy. This is the warrior. Oh, and he's doing. The best part about that.
Powered
move...
up.
Oh no! I
Go
picked
ahead.
up grapes.
What?
There's not a lot of reason to pick up fruit in this game. So typically we like to avoid picking up the fruits. So now we're gonna feed this one, which teleports there because we did the salsa skip and fought the first dog. So since we got the correct number of dogs, but the incorrect dogs themselves, that guy teleported to where we could feed him, and then it teleported us way over here. But as I was saying, typically the food is not necessary, so we like to avoid picking up the food because it gives you a little dialogue box. And the bomb blew up some plants and gave me grapes. Take that out of context as much as you'd like. I forget what I was saying before that. I interrupted myself with the grape comment, and now I'm just lost. All right, now we get
Oh, go ahead,
to
please.
the big skip. This is where it gets fun. So for those of you that are familiar with this game, typically you do the Gale Shrine, and then you go to the Moon Cave, and there's this whole event where the 8-headed dragon Orochi marks a woman to be sacrificed, and you go and you save her by going through this whole dungeon, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We're gonna skip all of that.
Never mind that thing.
Yep, that thing I
Not
just said,
even
delete it from your minds.
People responsible for that thing have been sacked.
Yep. This is the city checkpoint that takes you to the beach. Typically, you have to go to the Moon Cave to get the ability to go through this area. We're not going to do that. We're going to abuse the geometry. So we're going to swim way over here in this corner. And then we're going to do some nice, fun jumps. Some wall jumping. And we're going to climb up here. First try city checkpoint skip. Let's go.
Let's go.
And we skipped all of Moon Cave in 10 seconds.
Beautiful.
Yep, and now we're going to the beach. That made up for the salsa skip
Heck yeah.
not being great. So
Time
we're
for
good.
repose. I was gonna say a relaxing beach vacation, but you know.
Yeah, after I undo the curse anyway. But there is a little bit of concern. We're about to see the two more common soft lock opportunities, which I again have made a save, just in case. Hopefully we won't see them, but it's some more fun falling through the map shenanigans. But we'll get there in a minute. First, we're gonna do another brush adventure, and we're gonna skip this whole water filling portion and just go straight to the top. And if you saw there was 2 blue marks as I was going. I filled 2 at the same time, and I can control Ami right now during that cutscene when you're not normally supposed to. Not useful in any way, but fun. And now begins the Ryoshima gauntlet of tricks that we're about to do all in a row. So the first one is a city checkpoint skip. Then we have that brush adventure. And now we're going to do another world clip so that we can go somewhere else I'm not sure why the game was designed the way it is when with what you're about to see, but it's pretty fun. So if you see, you can't really see it from here. There's a building way out there. You see that building in there? We're gonna fall on top of it.
Shout out to the cute foxes just hanging out.
Oh yeah, cute foxes are cute. And we're gonna do a little geometry abuse here to, if it'll play with me. There we go. We're just gonna fall through the floor. And then we're going
Stairs
to...
are more of a suggestion.
Yeah, I agree. And then we're gonna fall to about there. And then we're just gonna let ourselves fall. And surprise, we're in a building now. And this is where we learn the double jump. And that is the spot where money is very important. Luckily, I have very much plenty of excess money. So we didn't even have to worry about it. So now we learn the double jump. This is very necessary for the other tricks we're about to abuse. And then this dialogue we can't skip. So we're just gonna fast talk through it. And then
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. And now the old man with two completely different body forms, we just leave him alone for the rest of time. Oh. Camera messed me up, that was weird. Alright,
I mean, it took this long to give us double jump, so that was a long time to wait for double jump.
Yeah, you don't get double jump until, like, normally, like, the second third of the game. It's brutal. It's pretty crazy, yeah. Unless you skip all of that, like I did. So now I'm gonna try this trick. I don't think I'll ever get it. I've never gotten this trick. This is, there's a forced fight here. And we're gonna try and, nope. There's a way you can jump around it. I've never been able to do it. I've never actually seen it done. So I think it's propaganda. I don't think it's possible. So instead, we're just gonna cherry bomb this guy to death.
Reports of this trick existing have greatly exaggerated.
That's how I feel. Whenever people talk about it, I'm like, I don't think that's real. So now we bork. I'm actually glad we fought that enemy because we got the opportunity to bork some more.
Always take an opportunity to bork.
Yeah, always borking. And now we get to do some more falling through the world. So that's fun.
This be an okay time for a donation?
Perhaps.
I can wait.
We'll do this one and then a good time for a donation.
All right, you just let me know.
Yeah, because this one's kind of crazy. So we're just gonna jump on this invisible wall here, and we're gonna use our little dash technique. And we're gonna... Oh, messed up. It's fine. This platforming gives me a little bit of grief sometimes. There we go. And we're just gonna jump over this gate that we came in through. And then we're gonna... Oh. We're gonna go way over here, and we're heading towards the swords. And look at that, another building that we can just jump into. And this is what we needed the teapot for. Now's a good time for donation. This is another brush technique that we're learning, and then there's just some running around.
All right, well, Legora Veos sent in $20 and says, "Bork fast!" All caps, so.
I can't bork right now, but I'll do it.
Borkfest. Borkfest, a very important part of any balanced diet.
Borkfest 2022.
Forget Fast as Ferris, it's Borkfest.
Borkfest. Rebranding. It's happening. But right there, we got Fire Burst, which we'll need for later. And then he also gave us a bunch of rice bowls, which gave us a ton of money and filled our astral pouch. So now we have a spare life, which is entirely possible we might need earlier or later.
Very
So now we
nice.
have this section. We have this little bridge that's fallen down, but we don't need bridges. We have trees. Oh, I messed that up. It's fine. Had a weird camera angle. So we're gonna jump on this tree, and it's a very similar to the city checkpoint skip. A little bit easier, but we're just gonna abuse the geometry here to get a dash and try and get on top of that bridge. Very close.
So close.
Yeah, this one's a little tough, but not as tough as the oh that scared me. Sometimes that'll happen too if I land on it wrong. This tree is it's very difficult to find for me at least, to find a nice spot to land. There we go.
Yeah, well
We
done.
just skip a whole thing. And now
Bridges, also just a suggestion.
bridges are a suggestion. A lot of things in this game are just a suggestion, to be completely honest. And then we got Waka, a little boy. I'm just gonna
Chad is pretty hyped for Borkfest burritos right now.
work fence burritos. Let's go. And now we're gonna jump around this building. And now we're stuck in the wall, which is a good thing. It'll take a little bit to jank myself out, but there we go. Come on. Oh, fell back in. It's fine. Nope, I fell back in. This is a little difficult to get out of for me. Falling again. Oh, we're about to get nighttime. There we go. Oh, I missed it. Dang. I'm trapped. Oh, I fell out of the wall. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. That's okay. There we go. Back in the wall. What we're trying to do is we're trying to jump around this, and for some reason I'm having a lot of trouble here. There we go. There we go.
Very nice.
Got around the wall. A little bit of a pickle, but we got out of it. And then now we're gonna use some dialogue abuse to get through these guys. Typically they stop you, but I'm gonna drag him out, and then use a bonk to make them angry and sneak past him. Whoops, I messed up my directional input there. Camera screwed me up. There we go. Typically you need a different technique to get through those guys, to slow down time so they don't see you, but I just abused it, so it's fine. And now we get the hard trick. This is the trick that makes the advanced run different from the normal one. So, this is the fire tablet skip. This skips all of the side section where you become small and you go into the spoilers for the games you haven't played yet. You go deal with the Emperor and deal with the little mist he's putting out that's cursed. We're gonna skip that with a very precise jump over this fire lava pit. And that was too early. This is also a one frame. That was too late. The important part here is that I don't lose my dash, because we need the gold dash, and rebuilding the gold dash if I lose it. That was way too early. Rebuilding gold dash if I lose it is a pain in the butt. So that's the main part of this trick. That might have been too early, but I'm going to commit. Little bit too early. A little bit too early. But falling in the lava gives me the closer cam, and I'm better with that, so it's better this way.
Nice strat.
Yeah. Typically, I commit the first one that looks good, just for the sake of that. I landed in the lava. That wasn't good anyway, but it's fine. Health
Hot
here isn't a
dog.
big hot dog. Health here isn't a big deal because there's a mirror on the other side that we can use to get our health back. So as long as I don't die, it's not a big deal. Yep, that was barely too early. This is, I would argue this is probably the toughest trick, besides the one that I failed at the very beginning. This is the toughest trick to get consistent. Oh, my controller's starting to fight back. That was too early. The reason I'm brushing there at the beginning is because I'm measuring Amanarasu's, like, comparison to the... That was way too early. Comparison to the raising of the board. Oops, I got far cam again. It's fine. I can do both. Barely hit the wall. Oh, at the top again. Yeah, this trick is kind of it's kind of unforgiving. The one frame makes it very hard, but once you get that one frame jump, it's very easy to tell that you'll make it. That was a bit too early. This is definitely the hardest trick, I think. I hit the wall. Especially since the setup is so particular. Ah, so close. We get one more attempt before I'll have to do a heal. But I feel the Bork in me. Oh, I messed up. That one was me. That one was me. So now what we're gonna do is to preserve my Astro Pouch, we're just going to increase my health to get my health back.
Chat is definitely filled with the power of Bork right now.
Power of Bork. Dang it. Yeah, I am not doing great on this trick, but it's still saving a ton of time, and it's very required for the route that I'm doing. Especially since I already skipped a bunch of other stuff. That was early again. And the best part is, when you do this trick, there's a part later where you have to do it again. Typically, my second run of this trick goes much better than the first, just by superstition. So, I hit the wall. That's good. No! No!
Oh, so close!
I barely hit the top.
Ugh.
That one looked really good. I'm actually a little surprised that one didn't get it. And the reason I'm brushing so much is to buffer, because whenever you brush and then let go and brush again, you'll get 2 frames. Let's go. There we go. You'll get 1 or 2 frames that advance before the brush occurs again. And it's very important for the first bit to measure Amanarasu's position so you know whether it will succeed. And it's very important for the second bit because we do this thing called a flutter, where we'll brush while we hold A, and then we'll let go of A and then when you unbrush and rebrush, for those 2 frames, the game thinks you're not holding A, so it lessens your jump. And then after brushing, you hold A again. And then it will redetect the jump. And we use that to prevent ourselves from smacking on the ceiling.
Oh, it's good to not smack on the ceiling.
Yeah, and then because the ceiling is what slows you down when you're doing the initial jump. And now we just do reverse, which is much easier than the former,
Oh
as you
gosh.
can tell. But that's the hard trick, and from here on out, it's pretty standard for a while, because we're about to go get another brush technique, and now we're just running to the north area. So now might be a good time for any reminders or donations.
We do, in fact, have a donation here from Julie Cat for $250. No comment, just wonderful, wonderful generosity for Trans Lifeline. Thank you so much. And a reminder that we do still have incentives open. Now, we did meet the Flavor Nexus bonus run incentive for Jazzpunk, so let's go. Thank you all so much. We also met the incentive to watch the opera scene in Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide. I can't tell you how hype I am. We are still looking to unlock that bonus game to the Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series speed run, which I love Klonoa. Now we are sitting at $196 out of the $1,000 we need to unlock that bonus game. I definitely want more Fastest Furs Fall 2022. I'm sure y'all do too. So when you're getting your donations in, do remember those incentives don't click themselves. They don't automatically apply. You have to click them, so please do make sure you choose an incentive or two. We have all kinds of exciting bid wars as well, including one for Jazzpunk to save or crocify the director. And I did confirm it. It is, in fact, crocifying the director. Now, crocifying the director is in the lead at $128, and save the director is not too far behind at $100. So, you know, if you're the saving type, if you want to save that director, if you don't want to crocify him, get those donos in for that particular bid war. We have a whole lot of naming bid wars as well for the Final Fantasy X HD remaster. For Bahamut, Ixion, Titus, Titus or Titus, start fighting in the chat now, and Valifor.
I love the purposeful causing of discourse.
I'm ready to get flamed for my pronunciation of the name. Absolutely ready for it. My body is ready. But most of these have a name in the lead. Well, half of them have a name in the lead for only $1, so very easy to snipe.
All right, so now we have run to the north area. We did some shopping, and now we're gonna summon an orca to take us to where we need to go. But he only shows up at daytime. There he is. He's a good boy. And now we get to do some fun tower climbing. The very interesting part of this run. Hopefully one day I'll be able to skip this part of the game. Because it takes a hot minute to climb this tower. That was an awful dash, but it worked out, so it's fine. All right, who likes cats? Because we got cats.
Somebody changed the name is showing up as Borkami right now.
Borkami. That's amazing. I mean, that's half of the game is me borking.
Who likes cats? Because we're playing Borkami.
Yep. So right here, we got a forced fight that we're just going to jump around. There's a fight there. We jump over that lantern, and we can just skip it. And now we get to do this super fun, awesome, amazing tower climb that totally isn't bad for your thumbs. I promise. You can trust me. I play the video game. It's a lie. It's all a lie.
F's in chat for Draconayr's thumbs.
Yeah, this part gets a little tedious. It's certainly a workout for your hands, the gamer hands. Also, it's I feel like Borks would be more useful to my spirit.
All right,
you know?
Borks in chat for Draconayr's thumbs.
Borks in the chat. Yeah. But we get this really cool scenic tower.
It's so tall.
Very tall. It's just very pretty too.
Combine the F's and the Borks. Forks in chat for Draconayr's thumbs.
How many different portmanteaus? Whoopsies.
Oh.
That was close. I accidentally dashed into the wall, but it's fine. How many different portmanteaus can we make? What was the one from earlier? I forgot. Borb.
Yeah, Borb. The Borb, yeah.
We got Borb and Fork.
Forks in chat. You want to be a rebel, spoons in chat.
Oops, I accidentally dashed again. It's fine. If you want to be a rebel, throw spoons. Sporks.
Sporks in chat.
Oh. The more I mess up, the more you can tell my thumb is tired.
Rock, paper.
And we're gonna land here because at the top of the tower, if you get here without touching the ground, you get a little prize chest, and that wastes time. We don't want that. We don't care about that chest. We just care about the cats.
Time for kitties. Mine went to sleep. I'm finally not being screamed at for pets.
I mean, I would pet the cat permanently. It's the rule, isn't it? If they sit on you, you're trapped.
She's really far away, so like I can't. Oh my god.
Look at the cat.
I'm looking.
Now it's very important that we give the cat fish.
Okay, we feed the cat. We don't beat up the cat. That's nice.
Yes, we feed the cat. There's no more beating up animals in this game. Wait, there's 2 more. I lied. I'm sorry. Cancel me now.
Donation incentive to pet the cat.
Yeah, and that cat becomes a god and teaches us the next brush technique.
Wow, what's in that fish?
Who knows? It was just sold by some random merchant guy. We don't know. But that cat becomes a god. And it teaches us to climb walls. You know, now that I'm looking at it and paying attention, the cat god kind of looks like a Persian. The Pokemon.
Ugh. I was like, it turns into, like, you feed it this fish and it turns into a bronze/jade statue.
No. The god comes to you and then leaves, but the statue is like a visage of the god.
Ah.
Yeah, you do the... I skipped the cutscene, so it's hard to explain, but...
Thank you for that very important lore.
Yes, you do the constellation, and then they slide out. They do a little silly thing. Sometimes they'll fall over. It's very fun. I wish I could show all of those. It's part of the charm of this game is the brush gods. But now we're done with the tower. We used a mermaid coin to teleport back to the forest, and we're filling this. We gotta fill up this woman's big container so that she can make drinks for the town, and then she gets attacked. And this one feels much cooler than the previous one because he's not attacking the lamps. It's also much faster. And now we're back to dog hunting. So we gotta find the other dogs so that we can go to the Gale Shrine and get the brush technique from there. And this tracker, if you haven't figured out yet, is what leads you to the dogs. And now we're about to do the best thing in any MMO. Can you guess what it is?
Oh no, it's an escort quest.
No, it's fishing.
Oh, okay, okay.
We get to fish because there's a fish in the water that ate the moon or something. I don't know any of the lore. I just know that everything is relevant to Japanese folklore. I don't know what the lore is. But we make the line through the fishing pole. Isun, that's our little tiny buddy. He says a thing about not pulling too hard, but we're gonna pull too hard because it doesn't matter. And we're just doing some nice casual fishing.
I love when you get the fish shadow, and yeah, then it's like a lobster.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Twice.
Probably crayfish, right? This is a river.
I think it's crayfish. I don't know. I can't read Japanese.
I used to. That's a big fish. I used to go crayfish fishing myself as a kid with a hot dog on a string. Pretty effective.
Hot dog on a string? I've never heard of that. That sounds like it would be effective.
I mean, I would just cut up hot dog and tie a string on it.
I mean, it worked, didn't it?
The professional tool.
Yeah.
Hot dog on a string. Oh, they grab it.
And now we got another brush technique. This one's a bunny.
Bunny. Well, it's the bunny on the moon making mochi.
Yeah. Banui. And he's the moon god, so we do a little bit of this action, and now we can make it nighttime.
The bunny has a mochi hammer.
Yes, and now the dog wants to fight us. Did you see a dog? Because he's not here for very long.
Where did this dog come from?
Oh, I missed my pause input, but it's fine. I don't think that should have worked, but it did.
Or...
Please explode. I got hit by his rock! Away from the jump. There we go. Please explode. Bomb. Read. Hard read. He didn't know what hit him. Oh, we now also have a we now have a key. That's the key that we typically would use to get into the forest temple, for lack of a better term. But we didn't need that. So let's throw it away.
No one expects the Borb.
Yeah, so what happened is typically you do that minigame twice. You do it once, and then you go into the ruins, and then you do it a second time to do what we just did to get the moon. But because we skipped the first one and came back, it completed both at the same time. So for that whole fight, we had that key in our mouth because it doesn't like detect it while we're in combat, which is very interesting. So we threw it away. We also borked. We borked with the key in our mouth. Yeah.
Skills.
Yeah, skills. Very very good borking skills. I feel like I should be borking more for the people.
I mean, I'm always happy to see donations come in for borks.
For borks,
anytime you think that not enough borks are happening, it only takes $1 for more borks.
$1 to bork. That was the first of 2 times where we select no. Which I had to memorize just when to do it because again, I don't read Japanese, so I just like you just say no at those 2 spots. It's weird in the game where they have just like 2 dialogues where you have to say no to, but everything else is just like accept. it kind of tricks you in Zelda Ocarina of Time style. With the owl. Do you not want to not hear this again? Except it's my little tiny buddy instead. All right, this is the last good boy that we have to bully.
You can cranky dogs get the board.
I like when they spam the dash move, because then you can just draw a bomb and they run into it. That was a pretty solid dog bullying session, which in any other context would be very not okay. But we are.
We're bullying dogs for trans rights tonight.
Yep. No, it's okay. Again, they challenged me to a duel. It was self-defense. It was actually that one in particular is a matter of honor. He wants to stay there and protect his child, his human, and we fight him. Or he's like, let me fight you to see if you're strong enough to carry my power, and then that's exactly what happens.
What a good dog.
He is arguably the best boy. I think Hayabusa is the best boy. That was a pitiful wall jump, very sad, but. Just to delete that from your memory.
What wall jump?
Yeah, see? What wall jump? And now we got another demon gate we got to get through for another mermaid spring, so this will just be some standard combat. With some borks.
Would now be an alright time for some donations?
Yeah, now would be a good time, yeah.
Alright, well, Hades sent in $20 and says, boop. Boop you back, Hades.
Hello,
we have
Hades.
we have an anonymous donation for $8. It says, why have one Bork when you can have one that's verified for only $8?
That's funny. That is peak comedy. Oh my
That Bork
goodness.
has a blue check Bork.
I'm very tempted for 1 month to get the blue check mark and change my account to just Bork.
Oh, once
Blue
you do
check
it,
Bork.
you can't change your name. Like,
Oh yeah, if I do
Yeah.
it, I'm committed for
you,
30
yeah,
days.
you're very committed.
No,
Also,
I
I heard that got rolled back already.
really?
After yeah, after a very intense day of a lot of major company impersonations and some tanked stock. Blue
yeah.
check Bork.
That's the next meme. Blue check Bork. I hope Bork becomes eternal in the history of fastest furs. we need more Borks.
Right up there with fastest furts.
Fastest furts, yeah.
I'm still waiting on my furt shirt.
Bork fest.
That's,
We got
that's all I have to
fastest-
say about that.
fastest furts and Bork fest.
Fastest furts. Borkfest 2023.
All right, so now we're back in the village, and we have talked to all the dogs / gained their honor and ability, and now we're going to go into the Gale Shrine. This is a little fun part. We do half the shrine normally, and then we skip the boss because we don't need to fight him. And we do a little clip that's super fun. But until then, the dungeon itself will be mostly normal. I'm just going through it, spamming cherry bomb. Maybe I'll get there's a little trick you can do on the elevator later in that maybe I can do. We'll see.
Signed up for boop check Bork.
I'll sign up for Boop Check Bork. How much does that cost? I'll gladly pay more than $8 for that.
All right.
Anything Bork related, sold.
Everybody who donates $10 to Trans Lifeline automatically gets the Boop Check Bork.
Nice. Alright,
Sorry,
no.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
The donos are coming in. Yeah, Jason LaRose sent in $8 and says, I too want a Boop Check Bork.
Oh no, everyone's gonna send $8 for Borks. Let's go. Please do it.
$8 Boop Check Bork donation trade. Let's go.
The things we do for charity.
It'd be so amazing if we could like implement it in the chat.
Oh my goodness! Like give like
Check Bork. I don't like Twitch doesn't have anything in place to do that, but it would be
it'd
amazing.
It'd be so good. Boop Check Borks.
Yeah, don't listen to my false advertising.
Yeah.
You will have a Boop Check Bork in my heart.
Yes.
Not in the Twitch chat.
Donate to the wonderful charity, and you will earn your metaphorical Boop Check Bork.
That's right. It could become an emote. That is a way that Fastest First could implement it. And then if you sub, you could in fact get your Boop Check Bork.
I believe all subs
see.
and bits are going towards the.
Or giving Arcon ideas. Yes, excellent. Please.
We are idea kind of people.
That would be amazing. You could even use your Prime sub to get your Boop Check Bork.
Here we go. This is where I start to fail circles, everyone.
I got a $16 donation here from Anonymous who says, I'm down. Can I have 2 check borks? Absolutely. Go the Tumblr route. In case anybody isn't aware of it, Tumblr decided to implement a make fun of Twitter thing where you can donate any number. It is $8 and you get a blue check mark and check. All I want to say is check mark. You get blue check mark and you can get up to like 16 of them or something. Yeah. You get 2 check marks. For $8 you get 2. Yeah, and people can gift them to you and you can buy more. So you can end up you can buy up to 24 of them. Yeah, you can get really a lot of blue check marks on Tumblr right now. You still can't look at a boobie, but you can
But you can get fake verified 16 times.
Yeah. They keep rolling in. Is it all right for me to keep going?
There is we're about to do a trick.
All right. Tell me when.
And then after that, there's plenty of running, so you got plenty of time after. But now we're getting the Gale Storm. Very fast brushing. I've gotten very good at that. And this one's a horse. We like the horse. Fast wind, you know, it makes sense.
Very nice.
And then we get to do a fun little. I really like this trick. It's not like super interesting or like complicated.
Has the fan.
Yeah, he is the big fan, because he's the wind boy. I'm the one who wins.
No, I remember this fan from like a storybook at like my grandmother's house when I was a little kid. This is so, like it's definitely a traditional mythology thing.
Oh, for sure.
The shape of the fan specifically.
But it's not like super interesting or complicated, but I just think it's fun. So to get back down, we're just gonna do a little bonk there, fall over an invisible wall, and then just fall. And now we're back at like the beginning. And now we just leave, because we just scared to get brushed from here. And now we're doing running. We're running all the way back to the beach. So go ahead and read the Bork Nations.
Y'all are turning it out. Just some Andy sent in $8 says, I'm here for my verified Boop Check Bork. You got it, my friend. Comfy Panda sent in $10. Says, 1 blue checkmark, please. The Hellfridge sent in $8. Says, you know what? I just really like the number 8. If you flip it, it becomes infinity. Just a really neat number. No other reason to donate this amount. Sending lots of love. Smiley face. And I have a donation here from Bato for $8. It says, I'd pay $20 for a blue checkmark, but Stephen King talked me down to 8.
Man,
You're all verified in my heart.
the donators are savage. I love it.
I love all these donos coming in for Trans Lifeline too.
This is amazing.
Oh man, I'm just gonna check the incentives here real quick. See how many verified boop check work folks have also been donated towards incentives here. And y'all have been doing it. We're now up to $214 out of the $1,000 we need to unlock the bonus game 2, the Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series. Please, please keep those $8 donations coming in for boop checkborks and making fun of one muskrat. Thank you.
You can also, if you donating to Trans Lifeline, you can gift blue boop checkborks to your friends in the chat as well. So don't forget that you can gift them with your donations.
We're all gonna be fastest Fertz verified.
Okay, that's right. Okay, I gotta sell the fish, and I just gotta buy the Sorry, the shopping is like, and then a bone.
Just went to check, the event Discord since I have to keep up on what's going on, and of course, there's a big checkbork in the.
Oh my goodness! I can't wait to look at that later. We gotta make it nighttime.
Fert tested, Fert approved.
Orc approved.
I'm still laughing over the Stephen King thing. I'm sorry.
That was close, but it's fine. Almost messed up there. What we did just now, we ran around the edge there to make a jump, and we avoided a fight with a big blue ogre man. And we just said, we're not going to fight you today. And we're going to have to do that another time as well, but that trick is much easier than the other one. And then here we use the wind to blow the star galaxy, and we can do that from inside this arch, so that we can avoid a second cutscene up here and just ignore it entirely. And now there's more running, so if there's any more people wanting to be metaphorically boop checkborked,
Oh, I refreshed the donos. Unfortunately, no more boop
man.
checkborks at the moment. Oh my gosh. I do want to remind everybody, though, that we are excited to offer 3 brand new marathon shirts exclusive to Fall Fest 2022 with unisex women's options designed by artists in our fastest first community. Use the command !merch in chat for a link to our merch store where you can check out original designs from Ottercoon14, Heki, and Flux. Shirts are $20, and all proceeds from merch sales will be donated to Trans Lifeline. Marathon shirts will only be available until the end of the event, so don't miss out on your chance to pick one up today. I bought mine yesterday. For reals.
I need to get one myself. All right, now we're in the bottom of the ocean, but it's okay because we're a god, so we can breathe underwater. And
That
now
works
now we get to a really cool area that you may recognize if you're perceptive enough. And don't worry, I will point it out because I think it's really funny. This is the second time that you decline. This is the second and last no of the run.
All right, let me know when a good time is. The donos are still rolling in.
Oh my goodness, there's more? All right. A few are good right now because we're just running to the next spot.
All right, Kelchon Ferret sent an $8, says, I'm here for my Bloop Beck Chork. What? Bloop Beck Chork. And we have an anonymous donation for $8 that says, this is a parody account requesting a Boop Checkbork. No malicious intents, I swear. Bloop Beck Chork.
Those were funny ones. These are getting too real. It's funny. All right, so now we're in the water dragon, and if you're perceptive, you might notice this area. You might think it looks a bit similar to one we were at near the beginning, and that's because it is. This area is a slightly altered mirror of Hana Valley, which was where we learned Bloom with the orb, the original orb. And it's very obvious once that's pointed out. I didn't realize it for a really long time until I started speedrunning this game, and it was pointed out to me. But it's very clearly just the Hana Valley, but mirrored, which normally you would say is kind of strange, but I think this game got a little short on time in development, and that's why that happened. But it's really easy to tell in here in this room because you can see the mound there, which is where the tree would go, and then the orb inside the dragon, which is where the orb went in the other area. Very interesting. Just a little fun fact for you all. We're not doing any interesting tricks at the moment. We're gonna get to that a little bit later here. I think the next trick is we're gonna have to do the tab skip again. Hopefully it goes better than the last one. And then we have Oni Island, which is probably my favorite area with my favorite boss. Just because I really like the Japanese fox mythology is awesome, by the way.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
I don't know a lot of it off the top of my head, but it's super, super interesting. All right, so now we've thoroughly injured this dragon, and now we're just gonna swim in this acid, because we don't care about the acid. So we're just gonna swim in the acid. This is why I bought the bone earlier. And then we're going to use the acid to release this orb. People that are better at this game than me typically do that from inside the hallway. I have not practiced that yet. So instead, I just swim through the acid all the way. And now we got some foxes to deal with.
Ooh.
Oh, I missed. And typically, I don't power slash the enemies after I kill them. But in this case, if you power slash them, the next group shows up immediately. So it's a little bit faster to power slash them if you're in a good spot. And then we bork.
Yes, for Borks.
And now, this part's tough.
Bork.
Yep, post-battle bork. This is the RNG part of the run, where we run out of the dragon while it's dropping little acid bubbles, and it's RNG where they fall. So, hope you don't get hit.
Oh.
That was clean. That was such a clean jump. I am proud of myself for that one. All right, we made it out, and then I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, people who are more knowledgeable about cutscenes than I am. See, I got hit right at the end. Ah. This is the is this the cutscene with the butt? I think.
It's time for the butt scene.
Butt scene, but we're skipping it.
No.
Yeah, we're skipping the butt scene.
Sorry, only those who are boop check work verified.
Yeah.
See the butt scene.
I'll do another run in post in my free time, and I'll record the butt scene for verified members only. So get your donations in. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Don't let me disclaimer. I don't think I can do that. But maybe the fastest first staff will make an exception. Just post everywhere. And then just put in the post. Only see this if you have the
honor system.
Blue checkbork, yeah, honor system. So anyways, now we're done in the underwater area, and now we're chasing after our friend who we think is the bad guy, or something. I don't remember. I haven't read the dialogue in this game in a long time. And we're going to save her. That's what we're doing. And this is arguably the best track in the game. This is certainly my favorite track in the game. And I wish it played more than it did. But the urgent rush to go to the place music, I think it has a name. Kushi's Determination or something. I don't know song names.
I'm really bad with song names too, and I used to listen to the soundtrack on loop, so.
Yeah, but this song is so good. This song, Shinshu Field and Ryoshima Coast tracks are like top 3, like by far. So we're gonna do a little skips here where we typically you go up the middle stairs of the shrine, and when you do that you get little cutscenes with a ghost that's beckoning you, but we're just gonna jump over that instead and go all the way around and skip to the last one. And unfortunately, this will be the end of the music, and it will shift to a different track.
I mean, they're all bangers, but
they're all pretty banging, but that one in particular just like has a special place in my brain and my heart. And we're ready to do tab skip to Electric Boogaloo. That was a lot of rhyming. And I'm
well done.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna get it first try. You heard it here first. And if I don't, it didn't count. It was practice.
Hey, easy first time every time. Let's go.
Yeah. I gotta make up for how I didn't get it very fast last time. So this will be expertly done. It'll be like I've held a controller since I was born. And then on this run, the first time we went up here, Isun has dialogue, and this time he does not, so we can just start setting up for it immediately. Oh, that one was really bad. All right, so in that case, what happened was I hit the wall, and I jumped too late. And by jumped too late, I mean not at all. So now we gotta run back and forth to get our gold dash back because it's required for the setup. Too early? Too early? Barely too early. That was practice.
Obviously.
I actually that was to get
Obviously.
the closer camera because I'm better with the closer camera. So that one doesn't count. That was just helping my setup. Oh, I messed up. Dang it, that was it too. I like locked up. The nerves got to me.
I mean, I didn't see it. What's happening? This is your first try. First try, right? First try right now?
Yeah. That
Yep.
one that was to show you what not to do. These are all helpful learning tips cuz if anyone else
Draconayr is a helper and a giver.
I am, yes, I am. It's a tips on what not to do if you decide you want to run this game, which is it's really fun game to run. It's just kind of long, which I hope doesn't dissuade anyone, because it's a very enjoyable game. Many different ways to play through it. I am not committing to that one. I'm really getting my gamer focus on. Let's go. First try. You know, the rest were practice, what not to do. Now you know what not to do compared to what you should be doing. I'm pretty sure that was faster than last time, at least.
Thank you for those demos for other people.
Yeah.
Who needed them. It's very generous of you.
Yeah. And now we fight Evil Rao, and we hope that she doesn't do... Okay. Oh. Perfect. That was good RNG. So that boss does this thing. They have two responses to getting bombed. And one of them... I should have done that earlier, but it's fine. One of them is... doing the dive, which you saw. And the second one is doing a little rolly action. And the rolling action loses time because when she does the dive, she becomes vulnerable and takes more damage. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. But when she does the roll, she does not become vulnerable, and she just rolls. And there was one time during practice, I think this was yesterday, she rolled 4 times in a row.
No.
And I was like, I must be the luckiest man on this earth, because I've never seen that happen before in my entire life. It was so unlucky.
You know, like, get it out in practice. That's where it happened. So
Yeah, for sure.
it's done now.
I mean, obviously it worked, because I got a standard fight that time, and she didn't do any rolling shenanigans.
Yeah, excellent prep.
Yeah. It was a RNG manip. Very, very ahead of time RNG manipulation.
It's never too early to be prepared.
Yeah, I agree. So now we have a few more shopping trips to do, but in these shopping trips, at this point, we are simply buying the highest amount of the best damaging item, and that's the rest of our shopping for the game. And then from here on, we're just gonna basically spam those for fights. Oh, it's playing the really good music again. I think this is the last time it'll play, unfortunately. But now we're rushing to the island and we have a little bit of another gauntlet here. Not as bad as the Ryoshima one, but we got a few tricks that are gonna. What just happened? I did a little twirly around the statue. That was strange. Alright, we jumped around the ogre again. And now we get to go to the island, and there's going to be quite a few tricks here. One in particular that's very important. Not for, like, I mean, it's important because you have to do it, but it's also important for the lore of the game. It's very important that we do the trick so that one of the characters does not die. And this is probably my favorite area. And the boss fight is super cool too. So first, we have a little lava pool that normally you're supposed to use a fire ability to get over, but instead, we're just gonna jump over it. And then we're gonna do another little bit of out of bounds action here. If I can get the bonk to go correctly. There we go. And now, instead of going through the island, we're gonna go around it. And now's a good time for donos, because this will take a minute.
All right, well, I do want to let everybody know that Fastest First Fall Fest 2022 is sponsored by Cowcat Games. Check out their most recent release, Brock the Investigator, now on Steam, and GOG. Brock delivers a narrative-rich, fully voice-acted experience in a futuristic cyberpunk world where animals have replaced humans. The story is filled with characters reminiscent of classic 80s/90s cartoons and combines a classic adventure with beat-em-up and RPG elements. Download the prologue now to play the first 6 chapters for free on Steam, and donate at least $5 for a chance to win a copy of the full game on Steam yourself. You can find them on Twitter at CowCatGames. My cat has woken up as she is meowing at me a lot. I am being yelled at.
All right, that was
Cowcat Games. My cat is endorsing.
Are you cheating on me with other cats? That was perfectly timed though. So what we did was the brush technique on the statue is in the same like instance as the island itself. So we jumped around the entire island and went straight to the statue to learn the next brush technique, which is the thunder control. I forget what it's called. So we learned that, and now we're gonna turn around, and we're gonna do this this little fun skip. It's called Awesome Skip. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna shove our face right into this wall, and we're gonna do a little angular action to make ourselves sideways, and then we're just gonna do a little jump.
Sorry, he's checking the tracker, and it says Bork next. The next game. Like, but one of the things on the tracker, the tracker just said Bork, 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 Bork. Bork next, borking later.
That's amazing. Right. Missing the clip. That one was way too early. Whoops. Come on, you can do it. Bork! Dang, I'm like barely missing it. Whoops. There we go.
There There we go.
So what we just did is we jumped around the wall, and now we want to jump down here. Now we're going to go into Farcam, and we're going to jump way down here by this lava. And then jump around here, and now we're in the 2D area. So we just skipped a whole big section by clipping through the wall. And now we're in this 2D section that hopefully I don't mess up.
Notice the statue of the cat god there. They're like, climb. Just in case you didn't know what you were supposed to do.
Yeah. there is a funny thing about the cat god statue as well, where if you do what I did, and then you have to fill out the constellation, while you're filling out the constellation, you're not in control of your character, so they slide down the mountain, and it's actually possible to drown while you're filling out the constellation.
No.
Because you're sliding down the mountain while the other stuff is happening, which I think is funny. There we go, and we are done with the 2D section. That was pretty tight. That was pretty solid. One of my better 2D sections. And now comes the important trick. If you're unfamiliar, in this this dungeon, there's I call them dungeon. It's basically I just think of this game as like very Zelda style. In this dungeon, there's a little piece of paper that's sentient, and he challenges you to some races. And his name's Toby. We like Toby. And at the end of the races, once he loses all the races, he dies. So we're gonna do this clip right here. If you recall earlier in the forest temple, I did a similar clip. And that's it. We have saved Toby. He will not die now. We've saved his life.
Well done.
Yep. Let's get some borking for Toby.
I was waiting for you to say that he turns into a fox at the end. I was like, Toby Fox, real?
No, he does not. Toby just he's like, you've won all my races. You've completed everything, and I am no longer needed here. And then he leaves, and it's very sad. But we saved his life. We're heroes today.
Toby skip, which skips Toby skip.
Toby. And then this is my favorite part of the boss, where you draw the constellation, and it's actually the boss, and that's how the boss appears.
I was gonna say, is that Orochimaru?
Yeah, and then this boss actually has their own celestial brush that they're using, and I have messed up my circles.
Oh, look at all those tails.
I'm not... Okay, that worked out. Okay. So we gotta blow him up with the bomb, and then get some lightning on his sword, and then he's gonna split into a bunch of parts, and we're gonna just blow them up.
We have to set him up the bomb?
And that will be how we deal with the rest of the boss fights in this game. It's just gonna be exorcism slips. Whoops, missed my item. That's fine. And we're using 2 here because one of the forms is like an old man shape, and for some reason that one just has a ton of health. So I just use 2 to make sure that I get him and not have to worry about it. And that is Oni Island. That is the second third of the game. And the last bit of this is not going to be very long, so we are almost near the end.
That was cool. I hadn't seen that fight before. You Systematically reduced the number of tails. That was cool.
Yeah, that fight is by far my favorite, just because of how it's presented. Like the doing enough damage, and then using the lightning to split the fox apart, and then as you kill the forms, the number of tails get reduced. It's super awesome how that fight is done.
Don't let Tails the Fox watch this fight.
Don't let. So now we're going back to Shinshu, and we're heading to the last area of the game, and this is where some of the harder tricks are. Some of the ones that like to fight me, but will manage. One in particular, one skip is the difficult one, but I've been very good at it recently. So hopefully, I just pretend that I'm not streaming to hundreds of people, and it'll be fine. Oh,
You got this.
yeah, it'll be fine. If I do it first try, I actually
I mean, you've done everything first try so far, so.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, it's just assisted documentation in case anyone.
Yeah, maybe
wants
you'll do
to-
some more demos for some noobs or something.
Yeah, perhaps. But this trick, I don't mean to brag, but I mean, we'll get to it later. It's not happening super soon, but I kind of impressed the world record holder when I did it first try when I was learning. No big deal.
Nice.
No big NBD. Kind of a prodigy. Kidding. I'm kidding. That's a joke. Whoops, there's no cutscene there. Whenever you see me pause and then unpause immediately, typically it's because I was trying to skip a cutscene and there wasn't any. So, user error.
I mean, it's definitely skipped.
I did, yeah, something got skipped, alright. I mean, there wasn't a cutscene. Maybe I just was tapping it so fast that you didn't even realize.
That was a skip of some sort. Don't worry about it. Moving on.
So, this area, we get to skip a lot. And these will be right after each other. So, this first one, we're just going to skip. Typically, you have to do this whole thing. There's a bunch of cutscenes with the dude, and you go to a tree. It's daytime now, I guess. But we're just going to do a little bit more of this action. I gotta move. There we go. This one's kind of particular in how you get the brush to go. I want it to be. Yeah, that's good. All right. There we go. And we're gonna go sideways. There we go. And then you can't see it, but I'm doing the claw. I'm doing some claw action. And we're gonna go under here, and then under this big rock, and there's the tree. And we're just gonna skip all of that.
Nice skip.
Yep. And now there's a forced fight that we need to skip. But first we gotta run a little bit forward and then circle back. And that will activate this pedal over here. And we're gonna just kind of drag myself around this tree with this flower. Perfect. And we skipped a force fight that is very difficult with the tools I have.
Excellent. First time, every
First
time.
try. Yeah, first try.
And that was a cute bear.
Yeah, the bears in this area are pretty adorable. And now we get to, we're gonna buy, where'd we go? We're gonna buy 2 of these guys, and then the rest of the money for the rest of the game goes to those items, the scrolls, the exorcism slips.
I love this epic wintry music.
Yeah, this area is really cool, but that's just because I'm biased and I really like the snow.
It's
So-
literally really cool. So
Also that. It is also that. True.
you just can't argue it. It is. Really
I
cool.
can't. I really can't. It's just fact. That's just how it is. And now we're gonna do an interesting trick. It'll be very similar to the other stuff we've done. We got to get through that gate on the right. If we go normally, there's some cutscenes. We're gonna skip those. And we're gonna go around on this mountain.
On the mountain, in the mountain.
Yeah, we're just kind of skipping through this mountain.
Details.
And we're gonna go around an invisible wall there. And now we're gonna go through this mountain. And then
Snow's just really deep.
it'll do this fun thing where it pops me out. There we go. It just shunts me out of the wall. And now we can go up to this area with the final dungeon temple area. I don't know what to call them. I just call them dungeons because Zelda brain.
It does have that feel.
Yeah, this game is very Zelda-y. It's kind of like they took Japanese folklore, made it a game, and then they're like, hey, the wolf parts of Twilight Princess are pretty cool.
Game was inspired by Zelda. You just scared all those Tanuki. Those were pretty cute.
Yeah, all the animals. I think every animal in this game is adorable. Look at the chonky bear.
I saw some sheep earlier too, and they were like really cute. They did a great job with all the animals in this game.
Yeah, I mean everything in this game looks wonderful. Like it now that I'm in the snow, instead of flowers, I get like little snow patterns for my dash effects. But
You
now
get some autumn leaves too. That's cool.
yeah.
So go ahead.
So now we got this big gate on the right, and we're just gonna clip past it. Mess that up. It's fine. And right now what I'm doing is I'm using this pedal to shunt me into the air. And if you get into the air, it lets you have a jump, and then we can just kind of go through this wall. And now we enter the temple.
Doors are just more of a suggestion, really.
Yeah, doors. A lot of things in this game are a suggestion. And now we got these cannons. That is a little bit of a foreshadowing for the really difficult part of this area. But we're just gonna run on this. That middle area is ice, so we're just gonna run on the side to avoid the ice. And now we got some more skipping. So we have another brush adventure right off the bat. We're gonna skip past this exorcism door. We're just gonna go right under him. And we're going to fire burst to melt that ice, and then it will teleport us. That might be the best I've ever gotten that one.
So it was very nice.
Very. Oh. The things I do.
For charity!
For charity, yeah. And now we have this little bit where we got cannons firing at us, and we're just gonna jump up. So we skipped a whole big part there. Easy jumps. I don't know how that one didn't hit me, but we're gonna take that. We take those. And now we have this golden gate. And now, this is why we needed Fire Burst. See these fast-moving gears? When we use Fire Burst, it slows down time. And that will be our stand-in for the normal slow down time ability, which we skipped many, many hours ago. I say many hours, but it's only been like one, maybe. That's what we skipped doing the tab skip. So now we get to come down here and we get to go straight for this guy who we're going to murder immediately.
You were kidding.
Yep. And then we want to stand right here, and we want to go into first person. And we want to, if we get any closer, there'll be a cutscene. So we want to stand right there and do a shorter distance so that we can melt that ice without getting the cutscene. And now we're going to do a little bit of slot machine action. And unlock that big canister of things. I don't know what it is. And then we are getting our last brush technique. Yeah, my brain broke. I don't know what it is. It's
We unlocked a canister full of cow or ox or something.
Yep, that is, I believe it's Nox. Oh, we got Bad Cycle. Unfortunate. But this is the ice technique. So now we can freeze things. And fun fact, our weapon is now different. Typically at this point in the game tells you you have all 13 brush techniques, you get the cool weapon now. The game doesn't look at your brush techniques. It just gives it to you after you get that one. Because you're supposed to have all the other 12 by this point.
Convenient.
Yeah, very convenient. So now we're going to do a fun little skip. This is the cannon room that we're about to enter, and this is the difficult skip. Not this part though. This part is just kind of like standard. So what we're doing here is we're getting on top, and then we're doing a tackle jump, and we want to wall jump right off of that guy. That was a bad jump. And we're going to use that to jump around that invisible wall and get to that area. There we go. Oh. That was so scuffed. And now we're
nice
over here.
save. Nice save.
That was a great save. I'm proud of myself for that one. And then we want to build up Gold Dash, and we're gonna do some fun here. And these cannons, they're gonna come attack us. And we're gonna do some slow motion. And we need it to be slow motion so that we can bring that one back at the gold cannon. And that was cannon room. It took much. It was much harder to learn that than I made it look just now. But that room is very difficult to deal with all the cannons, because the when you're in normal speed, they're hit scan, I believe hit scan. So they just go to the spot that they exist, or that they're supposed to land. But when you slow down time, oh, I missed that. When you slow down time, you can hit them back, and you have to slow down time. And that's what we need Fire Burst for. But Fire Burst has a big cooldown when you use it, so you have to wait a minute to use the brush. So it's very particular, the timing on those, to get that cannon room clean. But we got it. First try. I hope I didn't lose my dash. Yep, I had a feeling. This jump typically gives me some trouble, but there we go.
Nice, first time, every time.
Yeah, first try. Definitely the best. I've done that room in a minute. And now, we're at the end of the dungeon. And you guessed it, we're about to fight the boss, and it's going to be very this is probably the hardest fight in the game. It's very, very tight to get this without any sort of damage or problem, because typically they like to team up on you, and they can like stun you if they want. Oh, they're dead. Obviously, a little jesting there, but because you just spam items, and that's what we do for the rest of the bosses in this game. But now we're at the end. We're at the final boss rush at the end of the game, so we're getting up there. Now is a good time for any sort of reminders or donation while we get into this building and do some shopping.
Yes, absolutely. Fastest First Fall Fest is raising money for Trans Lifeline. Since 2014, Trans Lifeline's hotline has evolved from an entirely volunteer-run operation into a comprehensive resource that employs trans-identified staff and volunteers in a variety of roles. Hotline operators have already logged thousands of hours and are committed to being a reliable resource for years to come with your support. For more information, please visit translifeline.org. Just a little reminder, that is what we are all doing here right now. We're raising funds for Trans Lifeline, so please do get those donations in if you can afford to do so. And don't forget, we have all kinds of exciting incentives and bid wars for y'all to put them towards, including one to save or kill Sid in Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide. Now, somebody feels really strongly about killing Sid. They donated $250 to kill Sid, and it's only $6 to save Sid. Poor Sid.
Wow.
I know, right?
Brutal.
I like Sid. He's a cute guy with a cute beard. Come on. Get those donos in. We are also, of course, looking to unlock our bonus game to the Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series. Y'all have done a lovely job thus far. We are almost a third of the way there at $282 out of the $1,000 we need, but of course we have ways to go. So do remember to click on those incentives when you are donating.
Also, don't forget to get verified. Boop, Bork, Blue, check marked.
Hey!
I forgot. It's been too long.
Yeah,
I forgot what it was.
Boop check bork. Yes, if you
Boop
want
check
your
bork,
boop,
yes.
if you want your, it's an $8 donation to get your boop check bork. If you want a boop check bork, get those $8 donations in.
Yeah. So that boss fight, that was Blight. We skipped that boss fight earlier. But he's not that hard. You just slash his swords, and then you stab him a bunch, and then he perishes. This next one, Orochi, who we also skipped. This is probably the toughest boss because it's very mechanical, and a little bit of RNG, and it's also very particular. So the way to do this boss is there's the 8 heads. They all have a different element, and this first part, we can abuse the Earth head to do his thing. And then for some reason, when the Earth head does his thing, you can trick the other ones into... It didn't do it that time. That's strange. Typically, you can get 3 at the same time to go. Whoops. But for some reason, it didn't do it. There we go. There we go. And then we gotta fill their mouths with the drink. I think I messed that up, but it's fine. This is a very difficult fight. Oh, and this is one of the spots I like to save praise to get myself healed, because I've got a little careless. That is what I tried to do the first time. And now we can hit the bell. Oh, or not? Oh, that's strange. Okay. Somehow the other two managed to not get knocked down. I must have missed my stuff on it. There we go. Now we can smash the bell. So that's the first half. A little difficult. And then the second one is very particular, because we want, there will be flaming stuff happening, and then we want to stand on the inside and hopefully not get hit by the flames, so that all of them do that head smack. And we're gonna do 4. And then use a scroll. And then I'm going to use a infinity ink stone to not have to worry about ink for the rest of this fight. There we go. And that is Orochi. That is the tougher boss. That was a good, very good second phase, but the first phase was a bit less clean, but we got through it. And then the rest
I was kind of like mesmerized by all of those heads.
Yeah, it's a lot happens. They each have their own element. They each have their own attacks. We only saw 3 of them because those are the 3 that you could focus on at the beginning. The fire, or not fire, the earth, poison, and light heads, with difficult attacks to dodge, especially when they're all coming at you at the same time. But I really like that fight, and I wish I did it more normally. But it's also difficult. I think that's probably the hardest boss in the game, especially since you can't just like item through it and destroy him. And then the rest of these are just bosses we've either seen before or are really easy to defeat. So, not a lot to kind of bring up. Do you have any thing you'd like to say?
Anything I'd like to talk about? Always, yeah. always. Fastest First Fall Fest 2022 is sponsored by Furry Logic Escape Rooms. Furry Logic is a proud provider of on-site escape room experiences at furry and other fandom conventions around the country. Their puzzle-filled sets bring people together to enjoy whimsically themed games in an in-person environment. They also have transformed physical games into digital point-and-click team-building activities through their online team-building brand, Think Quick Events. You can donate at least $5 during the marathon to be entered for a chance to win one of 4 LED name badges, or donate $20 to win an online escape room session for you and up to 10 friends. Follow them online at @FurryLogic LLC on Twitter for more information. We actually have all kinds of really cool donation prizes this time around. We have, for $5 minimum donation, you'll be entered into a chance to win Brock the Investigator Steam Key from Cowcat Games, a digital art commission by Flux. I mean, heck, oh my gosh. Those Furry Logic Escape Room name badges that I mentioned earlier, Rhythm Bastard Bandcamp collection, and also a watercolor badge by Grim. Grim is providing those all for just a $5 minimum donation. If you bump that up to $10, you will also be entered into a chance to win a walking dog music collection. And as I mentioned, if you go up to $20, you also get a chance to win that Furry Logic escape room, online escape room game for you and 10 friends. So really, really cool prizes this time around. You're just automatically entered as long as you donate those minimums. So get those donations in for Trans Lifeline.
All right, we got 2 bosses down in that time.
Very nice.
Yes. So that one I just fought. That was the one we skipped earlier by bouncing off of the windmill. Very easy. You just use your item, and then he's normally on fire, but you blow the wind. You use the wind to blow the fire out, and then you just kind of bully him.
You do a lot of bullying in this game.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the combat is a little unfair. I'm not gonna lie. It's very much spamming like the particular brush techniques or items in the second half. Once you get to Ninetales, you just spam items basically. It's pretty funny. But we're speaking of Ninetales 2. Let's see if this one goes better. Or I guess the first one didn't go that bad. I just kind of messed up the. There was a little bit of mess up on the first section.
Having never speedrun this before, it looked good to me.
Well, he was just dodging my bombs the first time. Whoops. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, hey, that worked. Okay, I didn't get a fuzz for it, for the yellow fuzz, which is why I was a little concerned there, but... We gotta take time to make sure we grab all the money we can, and then now we just destroy it. That time, Ninetales is much weaker, so it only takes two slips to beat him.
Nice.
And now we have the final boss. It's very strange that the whole last segment of the game in the snow area, half of it is this boss rush. If you play well, it's like the last 15 minutes of the run is just this area. It's pretty crazy, but we're at the final boss. We're coming up on the end, and there's no more tricks, unfortunately. And the final boss is very much just more of the same that we've been doing for the last 4 bosses. So we do need to go and buy more of these slips, and then we are ready to take on the guy. And we just max out. And there's a rhythm to this boss because of the way it works. I'm cheating a little bit. I have my notes up because I haven't memorized it yet. But the rest of this run will just kind of be spamming items. So I will make sure to call out when we're about to hit time. But this fight... Oh,
go ahead.
You go first.
Oh no, nothing I'm saying is important. You please go ahead.
I was just saying this fight is very unique because it's the big demon-y orb, and he steals all your abilities. So this boss has a lot of health gates because you have to get each ability back before it goes to the next phase. So there's no reason to destroy him until we get our abilities back. And that's why it's very particular and kind of staged for when I'm using scrolls and when I am attacking normally. there will be lots of barking while I wait between like.
Bork at that orb.
Yeah, we will have. I gotta get as many borks in because we're at the end. I gotta get as many borks in as I can.
Borb versus orb. Let's go. I can't handle that the final boss is an orb.
It's. Oh wait, it gets better. In the later phases, it won't be easy to see, but it's an orb inside of an orb.
Orbception.
Yeah, it's a little orby fish dude inside of a bigger orb. Oh, whoops. Oh, messed up the order there a little bit, but it's fine. I should be able to just get him down from here. There we go. All right, second phase is done. And wait for the health bar to show up. Third phase. And with 5 of these boys. And now he's going to do a little slot machine action. Got more Borks.
Wind ability?
I would tell you, but I don't know. Whoops, missed one. Gotta get all my Borks in. Oh, don't skip. I almost skipped that, but those dialogues, it's faster to just skip through rather than, like, or scroll through rather than skip. Alright, and that's that phase, and there's only 2 more phases. Oh, I smacked him. Bork, I bork at you for getting in my way.
When in doubt, Bork.
When in doubt, Bork. Whoops. All right, we are in the last phase.
Beaver has legs? Wait, it's a hand.
All right, now we just spam items. I am about to call time here in a second. Whoops. And time.
GG. Like a big skeletal arm coming out of that orb.
Yeah, it's a little tiny orb dude, and he's got like a big hand.
He's one really big hand, okay?
Yeah, the orb is made up of hand. 242. That's not bad. That's within estimate. Even with my little slow bits. But that's the game. Lots of we skipped half of it.
I mean, gotta go fast.
Gotta
That's
go
what
fast.
we're here for.
Yep. But yeah, that is the advanced route for Okami HD. I borked as much as I could at the end. I'm sorry I could not bork more. But I suppose that's it, everyone. Make sure to support Trans Lifeline. Super wonderful. Thank you, Fastest First, for hosting me. I love this game. I guess we're done here.
Yeah. Did you have any other shout outs that you wanted to do?
Yeah. The speedrun community for this game is very, very, very helpful. Legoer super helpful. Raichu helped a lot. Pop Rocks helped a lot. Alright has very good content, though he didn't personally help me. But really, really good community. I highly suggest if anyone likes this game and thought any of that was cool, it's super fun to do. I would suggest maybe looking into it if you're interested. Like I said, the speedrun Discord is very helpful. So thanks to all of them. Thanks to Fastest Furs. I hope that plenty more donations happen. And thank you all for letting me run.